Sensational. I didn't give him any instructions. I said, mate, just ride it like another normal race. Don't do anything special. Just ride as you normally would, and she'll do the rest for you.
Mate, well done. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Kian.
Kyle. Oh, this is just such a great watch. How are you feeling, mate?
Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, on top of the world. It's, yeah, I just can't believe it.
I know how hard you work. You are a top-class rider. You produced a 10 out of 10 in a Group 1. Like, you deserved it, mate.
Yeah, it just goes to show if you want something in life and you're willing to put in the hard work, you can achieve it. And I can't thank Chris and the connections enough. It's this is the greatest moment of my life so far.
I'm just so glad to be a part of this journey. Take us through the run.
Yeah, I come across with. I wasn't taking any prisoners, and I come across and I heard a call, but I was getting in. I got in, and I couldn't. Everyone was forgetting this mare, and you know, she's so tough, and I knew if she had a restful run early, she was going to be there for me late, and that she was.
Mate, well done, fantastic.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is fantastic.
Oh, if you want to know how much it means to these jockeys to win these big races, that interview told the story perfectly. He is a hard worker. He's been through a lot, Kyle, and he is going to join us here in the studio in just a little while to celebrate his maiden Group 1.
I can't wait for that, and you saw the emotion there on his face from him and Chris, and such a special day, one they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Prince of Boom. Well, the final Group 1 of the season delivered a fairy tale for jockey Kyle Wilson-Taylor, getting his first Group 1 on board Palacepan in her final race start. For trainer Chris Muntz, who also got his first Group 1 as a trainer, a real storyline that we were so happy to see here on 7 Horse Racing. This team here at Eagle Farm getting the final Group 1 of the year, and glad to say that Kyle joins us in studio now. Kyle, congratulations, mate. I loved catching up with you this morning. I know that winning a Group 1 was the highest thing on your priority list, and now we can call you a Group 1 winning jockey.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a real dream come true.
She was enormous. She was the best looking filly or mare in the yard today, and her run in the Stradbroke last start was absolutely huge too. We're going to run the race in full. Take us through how it all unfolded for you.
Yeah, we begun really well, and all week I had in my mind, well, when the barriers come out, I had in my mind that I was going to be 1 out, 1 back. That's just where I was going to be, and I was going to take no prisoners to get to that position, and luckily I didn't have to. It sort of just, the race sorted itself out. I actually was able to take my time to get there, and you know, I was just in a lovely rhythm the whole way, and I was following Chain of Lightning, the right horse, and you know, presented at the top of the straight, and you know, she was just too good. But yeah, I can't really believe it, to be honest.
You got that lovely clear run in the straight, didn't you? And that just allowed you to get the horse to work through its gears. Yeah,
she doesn't travel great in the run. She's sort of there. You're always niggling her, and
you can even see here you just give her a niggle every now and then.
And she always lays in, so it's always a bit of an effort to get her to the outside of heel. So I was sort of just trying to do that without sort of getting her off balance. And once we got into the clear, there's no mare in the race that was tougher than her, and she showed that.
Is there a moment before the line where you can sort of know that you've won? You can enjoy that for a minute?
Yeah, it was. I hit the front.
She's still laying out here.
Yeah, and I hit the front, and sort of, I could feel her just finding more and more, and the last sort of 50 metres was just, it was like a fairy tale. I just couldn't believe it. So I still can't. So it's yeah, it's amazing.
What were the expectations like coming in? Because it was a really eye-catching run, wasn't it, last start?
Everyone forgot about her. Everybody did. I didn't see any form analyst, anybody mention her name. And after, you know, the Stradbroke was enough for me, but after I galloped her on Tuesday morning, I called anyone that would listen, and I said, this horse is flying. So, look, I'm glad she proved me right today.
Take us through the salute. There's a story here. If we can re-cue the vision to watch the final stages of the Tatt's Tiara, tell us how you come up with that.
Yeah, well, a good mate of mine, Dylan Gibbons, he obviously won the Sydney Cup, and he said about how he manifested it, and I've manifested this wins for as long as I can remember, since I was a young boy. So I've been riding the mechanical horse in the garage all week and practicing and whatnot, and I've been, just get myself in the zone. I've been practicing that exact salute all week, and I thought, geez, if my missus walks in the garage, I'm going to look like an absolute tool here. But Now I don't, so it's all right.
The big question is, did you nail it? Do you feel like all that practice in the garage was worthwhile?
Well, I didn't fall off, and that was the only worry. So, no, look, it was. I'm glad I did practice it because I was standing up pretty high.
What was it like to do it with Chris Muntz as well? Because that's been a working relationship, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Since I've come out of my apprenticeship, he's sort of really put his weight behind me, and I've been putting a lot of work in there. I ride track work every day, so you know, he was a phenomenal jockey in his own right, and for him to put me on in this race and show the confidence in me, it's you know, it's fantastic, and to get the job done, it's even better.
Kyle, you haven't had the easiest of runs in life. You've had ups and downs and there's been tough times. To bounce back from everything that you've been through to winning a Group 1 is a testament to your determination to keep going.
Yeah, thank you. It's yeah, obviously everybody goes through ups and downs in life, I think, and look, a lot of the downs that I put on myself, and some of them I didn't, and you know, I had a lot of, I sort of was going down the wrong path as a you know, mid-teens, and I really could have gone one of two ways. It was pretty bad, and I had some good advice. An uncle of mine, he said to me, you know, you're only good at one thing, so get away from this town and go and do it. And it was the best advice I could have ever had. So I moved away, and all I did was, you know, put my tail in the air and worked hard, and we're here today.
It's been a big week, hasn't it, away from the track too, because I understand new home, is that right?
Yeah, myself and Angela bought a home, so yeah, very proud of that, and she's a great girl that keeps me on the straight and narrow, and you know, a lot of this hard work wouldn't be without her either. She's very grounding. She's a straight shooter, and she tells me how it is, and you know, I'm very lucky to have her.
We're lucky to have you. Congratulations on winning your first Group 1, Kyle, and to many more in the future. To get it at only 23 years of age is a great achievement, and we know that we'll see plenty more next to your name in the future. Congrats, mate.
Thank you so much.
Kyle Wilson-Taylor, the winner of the Tatt Tiara, our final Group 1 of the season with that beautiful mare, Pan, and terrific to see her get that Group 1 as she finishes her racing career. We will review all the big moments, the highlights of a great day's racing right after the break. Well, the Tatt Tiara delivered, didn't it, Em? What an end to the season, final Group 1. And as we just spoke to Kyle Wilson-Taylor about Pan and that terrific salute.
It was a fairy tale story, wasn't it, to see them both get their first Group 1s, and for the mare, just sensational she was. She flew under the radar, and she's on everyone's radar now after that win.
Oh, so stoked for that young man. He works incredibly hard. So in the WJ Healy, the Group 3 event, it was Prince of Boom. Catch me if you can. Tactics are his favourite thing. Tim Clark had to work hard to get the lead, but when he did, he stuck solid.
He burnt it at both ends, didn't he? But did it with class and won pretty decisively in the closing stages. They just couldn't catch him, and he was really good. He's just such a tough customer. He always races right up to his best.
And Robert Heathcote getting the Quinella there with Big Goodbye coming in for second. So he's had a good carnival as well in Sydney today. Our highlight of the day was the Civic Stakes over the 1,400 metres. And you called it gets there for Chris Lees, and the story's all about Danny Beasley, who gets his first black-type win since returning to Australia.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the real story, isn't it, around Danny Beasley, who secured a double on the programme, plus including the Civic Stakes, which is so good for him and showing his class. As we know, he has nice for the horse as well to get that Civic Stakes victory on the resume.
And our highlight on the Caulfield program, Em, came early in the day with Flying on a Limb, who remains undefeated this preparation in race 2. Luke Campbell getting his first Caulfield victory.
Beat a nice horse in Katsu, didn't it? Who was carrying the bigger weight and nearly was a hard luck story, getting stuck on the rail. Blake tried to put him in a pocket. He edged his way out, luckily, because was pretty dominant in the end.
Copped a little bit of a mention from the stewards, but gets the job done safely in the end. Next week, great day's racing. We've got the Group 3 Wink Skinnies at the Sunshine Coast and the Caloundra Cup as well. And then in Melbourne, we've got the Winter Championship Series final as well. So some terrific racing. Even though we're in the depths of winter, the good racing still rolls on, including King Magnus, who will compete next week in Melbourne.
He will. A 7-year-old has won his previous 2 starts. He's looking to take out that winter championship. We also get to see City of Lights as well, who is Deep Impact, a half-sister to Winx, trained by Anthony and Sam Friedman.
And she will go round in the Winx Skinnies. So there you go, a story already. She won on debut at Geelong in the early stages of June, to be ridden by Ben Allen. So yeah, have love today, Em, and we've got plenty more to come. You'll be with me next week at Flemington, but what a day with the Tatt's Tiara. I think that's one that we'll all remember for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Such a great story. It's been a pleasure to work with you and look forward to being back next week.
Thank you for joining us at home. Hope you found a winner. We'll see you next weekend for Winx Skinnies Day.